Hi guys, and welcome back to my 1955 house in Kent. Lots to show you since my last video. I have removed the lean-tos behind me here in the living room and behind the garage. They were made out of concrete, or at least had a concrete base and walls, which was very tough. We've done lots of work in the garden. So I've removed the outhouse where the train track was, a large shed, a small shed, a greenhouse, and I've even tackled the dreaded swimming pool, which I can't wait to show you guys the state of that. It is not for the faint-hearted. Before I start my tour, thanks to everyone for watching renovationlinks.com and subscribing to the email newsletter. I've had hundreds of people sign up to my DIY comparison website that my friend and I have just started. It's really nice receiving some emails as well saying you guys are starting to save money. Obviously, we're adding products all the time and prices change all the time, so we're trying to keep it up to date. But we've had really good feedback so far, and hopefully some of you guys can save some money as well. Right, let's start in where we are now. So the front door's here, and coming through to the right is the living room. So since the last video, I've stripped a tiny bit of the walls and removed some of the big items. So I've actually sold the items that were here. There was a big unit here, as you can see by the wallpaper, and then there was one in this corner over there. So I've sold all those on eBay, so it's nice that they're going to someone else. And then the big change is at the back here, and it's so much brighter because we've got rid of the lean-to. So I'll take you out in the garden later properly, but there were lean-tos here, and I'll make sure I put lots of footage of the work happening. So this room will be being split, so people that are watching this video for the first time, somewhere down here will be a stud wall where there'll be an office here, and then this bit I'm standing in now will be a utility. And then basically we're going to apply for a 4-metre extension that will come just before the end of this patio, and that extension will go from here all the way down to this fence line over here. And then we're also going to apply for this 6.5-metre extension, double story at the side here for a couple of bedrooms with en-suites. So here's the gap where the lean-tos were, and I'll take you down the garden to show you some nice new spaces where there were some very, very old buildings. Now, loads of you are interested in this swimming pool. I mean, why wouldn't you be? Look at it, it's beautiful. So I've taken the frame off, which took about half an hour. Well, actually I was going to say half an hour. It took about 10 minutes because it was so old. The wood clearly wasn't meant to be used outdoors and basically fell apart. So we've got these nice steps down into here. I'm going to be very careful because this would be very embarrassing if I fell in. And then look at the state of this. So obviously the plan is not to keep this, so I'm going to get a pump, drain this and make some holes in the bottom so it can never fill up again, and fill it with some of the soil used in the foundations when digging for the extension. Massive pool, huge, but had to go for obvious reasons because it is ugly. So down here I'll put some before shots up, but we had a huge outhouse here with a train track in. I've got some of the buildings left from the train track up here that I'm gonna see if anyone's interested in giving. If anyone wants them, please message me, I'll send you them for free. Any train enthusiasts, but I'm definitely keeping those for someone who wants them. Annoyingly, we've got this concrete base, so I'm gonna have to dig this concrete base up because the eventual plan is to put some laurel trees across the whole back here for privacy from my neighbours and for me. Moved a greenhouse from here and a tiny little shed in the corner there, and I think we have to, this fence is mine and all this fence going up here is mine, so the eventual plan is to do the fencing. As you can see, it's a bit old down there too. Been speaking to gardeners and tree surgeons about these trees. Obviously we want to keep the 4 beautiful oak trees. They're huge and they're going to be really lovely once spring and summer come, but all these sapling and small trees that have just grown are just a bit random. They're just sort of spread everywhere. So we think we're going to get rid of those and just keep any trees along the border. So there's lots of trees along this border over here, so we're definitely keeping those. But any trees in the middle of the garden, except for the beautiful big ones, I think are going to have to go. Again, another shed removed here. It wasn't that hard to take down, it's just this plastic stuff that was on the roof. And all the windows were so annoying and just broke into a million pieces. So that's been the real issue. Just clearing up takes probably 4 or 5 times longer than destroying. And let's go up towards the house. Feels really nice to have stripped it back now and got rid of those lean-tos. So you can sort of envisage a bit more what it's going to look like with this double-storey extension over here. And then single-storey going here, stopping there. Coming all the way out to this edge of this patio. Not doing anything over this side, but we've got double-length garage here. Really useful space, especially whilst the work's going on. And then coming back through the house, I've been told people may be interested in this, so we'll look to sell this or give this away. Even if they don't want the surround, the actual fireplace supposedly is worth something. For people that are tuning in for the first time, the plan in this space here is to remove this cupboard with the immersion tank in. So I've been draining the immersion today. You can see this pipe going out to the garden here. I think that's actually finished now. And then we're going to flip these stairs. So the stairs are going to go up here, and then up through the ceiling there. And then what that will do is just open up this whole hallway with this wall gone and all of this, because it's really enclosing when you first walk in. This toilet will become a corridor through to the new extension. And this seems ridiculous to say, but this kitchen will be a corridor through to extension, but then this left-hand side will just be storage, so a big cloakroom and a downstairs toilet, which seems ridiculous for how big this kitchen is. But it's nice to have all the storage for someone who's lived in Brixton for the last 7-8 years and has 0 storage. So that's the space where the extension will be. Also, the plan is this chimney breast is coming out as well, all the way from above the roof. This has all been stripped as far as I could reach. Got a little bit to do up there and on the ceiling, but made some good progress. No ceiling tiles left anywhere, which was a horrendous job. Again, having this chimney breast out here, which is taking up all of this hall, will look really nice. And the plan is to square this off and have this lovely big landing up here. We've got the master bedroom, which will be the 4th bedroom. All been stripped. Again, we had a wardrobe in this corner which we sold on eBay. So it's nice that we haven't had to scrap too much and that people can make use for these things. Because I really like the wardrobe. It had a little hat stand in it. There's some really nice features, but it's not going to be quite right for us. This will be where the stairs come up here. And then I believe where this wall is, there'll be a corridor going this way to the extension over there for the 2 bedrooms with 2 en-suites. Just changing here, still got the pink fittings, but now I've drained the immersion tank. I'm hoping to rip those out next week. And any walls you see with wallpaper on up here are just ones that are probably coming down. That's why I haven't stripped them, because I don't want to waste my time. This will be our guest bedroom with an ensuite. So everything's been stripped in here. I just want to get those radiators off, and that'll be really nice. I feel like I can almost start the rewire then. And then this cupboard shares a cupboard with the other side as well, so I'll be knocking through here. That's why the wallpaper's on. Knocking through here, and again knocking through here, and then this, what was a cupboard for here and the 2 bedrooms, will become an ensuite for this room. And then as we're losing the bathroom because of the hallway and the stairs coming up, this will be the bathroom. And our idea was just to square it off, like I said earlier, to about here, just to make that landing look nicer, because this is such a big space for a bathroom anyway. I never think you need a huge bathroom. And now you can see the garden, so it's looking a bit better out there. Speaking to the tree surgeon, we're going to lose all these hedges, as I just don't like that it restricts our view. As I say, those beautiful 4 big oak trees, I think they are definitely staying, and as much vegetation and trees as we can keep. But I don't want anything really in the middle. I just want to have that as a big green space. Very low maintenance. Not sure if I've showed you the loft for a while, so I'll show you up here. It's a pretty good loft actually. It's boarded, which will be a pain for the rewire, but it's actually quite handy. Got another old chair, which I thought someone would like, but then at the same time, does anyone want one chair? Probably not. Got this chimney stack that is coming out. It's going to be a big job. And it's not the biggest loft I've ever seen. We're not doing a loft extension at this stage, but it's a decent enough size and it's in pretty good nick, all insulated. And then we've got our main tank and our little heating tank. And the little heating tank was the one that leaked on day 1 when I turned the water on the road, which was a lovely start. So that's it for now. So yeah, the main changes were the lean-tos coming down and lots of work in the garden. The plan for next week is hopefully strip out the radiators maybe, the immersion tank, and once all that's out, I can maybe start to get rid of the hall cupboard and other things. I really want to get rid of the chimney stack, but I need to wait a long time for that until scaffolding's up so I can get safely on the roof, start at the top and work my way down. The boiler flue's in there as well, so I need to get rid of that. Had it all checked, but there's no asbestos, which is good. Please look in the description below. So in the description below, I'll put time lapse. When I put that, usually I just put it in the middle somewhere because it feels a bit weird putting it at the end. So I put time lapses of the work going on. So I've videoed the pool getting ripped off, the lean-tos coming down, the sheds coming out. So quite a lot of footage for you guys to have a look. And thanks to everyone for going to renovationlinks.com, my new DIY comparison website, and yeah, my Instagram as well, which you can see is YouTube Reno. Thanks to everyone for watching and subscribing, and look forward to seeing you soon.